What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today, ETH USD. It's the 28th day of January, and here we are at about $3,000 with roughly 8 hours left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. I want to look at Ethereum with some volume on it, so we're going to look at the USDT pair on Binance. Okay, ETH USDT. Come on, come on. There we go. Is there any volume? Do we not have volume? It's muted, that's why. Oh wow, the volume is kind of odd. Here, let me fix this real quick. If that ever happens, I just drag it down and then I drag it back up and it resets itself. I don't know why. I don't know why it did that before, why it's so big, but this is much better. Anyways, looking at this on a daily time frame, you can see that Ethereum here clearly has quote unquote broken out of this trend line, right? We've clearly broken out here. Now, what I will say is a little bit discouraging as far as this breakout goes is that volume did technically pick up. Volume did technically pick up as we broke down. What is encouraging is that the amount of volume that came here with this breakout, it's really actually not that much volume at all. It's nothing above what we've seen before. When Ethereum broke out of this higher low trend, we had some volume come in here as well, but it was about the same level of volume that we have now, and it produced a smaller move, and that breakout wasn't even enough to go lower. What makes this one so special? I don't think that it is. I think that it's a fake out. I think that it's another game that the market makers are playing here in the crypto markets and that we're ready to go higher, really is what it is. I think it's a fake out of sorts. But we have broken that structure. That structure of a ascending triangle is now out the window. But that doesn't mean that we're breaking out yet to the downside, right? It's just not, it's not a valid pattern. That pattern we thought was valid is no longer valid. What is valid is a horizontal range, right? We're in some kind of horizontal consolidation phase. That's what I think we're doing right now. And we likely do move up pretty soon. Daily RSI. With that being said, the daily RSI is in jeopardy here if we reject the 50. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see what the charts are telling us, what the indicators are telling us here. First and foremost, as we're moving up here, we're getting some volume. It's nice to see. Then you tried to move up here. No volume came in. Now there's some volume to the selling side. We probably do pull back a little bit from here. RSI was getting overbought. Now it's rejecting the overbought, so I'm getting lower highs and lower lows. Looks like you're trying to phase out of this kind of uptrend that you have here. Stochastics look bearish. The MACD is bullish. The RSI is bullish overall, but you can come down and still be bullish. That's probably what you do. 4-hour time frame looking at this, a little bit of a double top in the RSI with bearish divergence to boot. It's not a good sign. Stochastics are bearish. And the MACD is actually at a point where it makes sense to reject here at the 0. So maybe that's exactly what you do. A little bit of a pullback. Nothing crazy. Being bearish on these time frames does not mean that we're going down to $2,000. Maybe. Probably not. But more likely what I think is going to happen is we probably find support at prior support here, maybe prior support here on a closing basis, or maybe prior resistance here. We probably pull back just a little bit. We see a standard retracement. So from a low to a high here, a standard retracement would be really anything between like the 382 to the golden ratio. So that's $2,940 to about $2,860, something in this box here. Pull back a little bit, find support, and then we continue to pump. That's the idea. That's the idea. But I definitely think that we pull back a little bit from here. Daily time frame, assuming that we pull back today, 7 hours, 48 minutes left. I don't know. I mean, there's 8 hours is enough time where we could pull back and then come back up and close this day green. If we close today red, we're kind of rejecting the 50 on the RSI, and that might mean that we don't pump higher for the rest of the week because it is Wednesday. Imagine today closes red, we're rejecting the 50. Tomorrow is Thursday, the next day is Friday, and then it's the weekend. We'd probably consolidate until sometime next week and then start to pump. That'd be my guess. Stochastics look like they're getting tied up a little bit here. The MACD is probably not going to help us on the daily time frame because you're just choppy and sideways, right? So it's not going to be helpful. I mean, you did cross up and now you're back at the 0. You typically expect to find support here. It could be reliable, but I'm not going to rely on it, is all I'm saying. It does, right here, it does look good. As long as we don't see a lower low. We can close today red. We can close the next 3 days red. As long as we don't see a lower low, I think it looks good here. But Again, I think it has less weight just because of the sideways choppiness that we've experienced over the past couple months now. I do believe that we'll move up, but again, first, I think what my conclusion is right now on the 28th here of January is that we probably consolidate more or less. We'll find support somewhere around, what was it, like 29.50, 28.60, somewhere in there, 29.40, 28.60, somewhere in there. Find support, and then next week, come Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, that's the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th of February, one of those days should ignite some upside, and then we'll continue to move up. My guess would be it would be Tuesday or Wednesday that we move up, not Monday, but we'll see. I don't have anything else that I want to say. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. I do expect that from this range that we're in right here, this horizontal channel that we're in, that we're at the base of this range, that we will move up to the top of this range, and that this next attempt should be the one where we bust through and see higher prices, something around $4,000 to $4,400, probably in the first half of February. Hit that like button. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.